Amazing Discoveries TV brings to you the untold story of the Nigerian Civil War with Biafra. The Nigerian Civil War, popularly known as the Nigeria-Biafra War, which lasted from 6th July 1967 to 15th January 1970, almost destroyed the unity of Nigeria. The Civil War was fought to reintegrate and unify the country. It was a result of the Nigerian government's effort to counter the struggle by Igbo people of the eastern region to break away from Nigeria under the new name, the Republic of Biafra, led by a military officer and politician, late Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu. It is believed that the war became inevitable because the Igbo people felt they could no longer coexist with the northern-dominated federal government of Nigeria. The Nigerian Civil War, which broke out on 6 July 1967 and lasted until January 15, 1970, was a culmination of uneasy peace and instability that has plagued the nation from independence in 1960. It was a result of a long period of alleged political, economic, ethnic, cultural, and religious deprivations, which had its genesis in the geography, history, culture, and demography of Nigeria. Here are the untold stories of the Nigerian Civil War with Biafra. The Biafran states. The Republic of Biafra was mainly made up of the former eastern region of Nigeria and was inhabited principally by the Igbo ethnic group. Biafra has been commonly divided into four main tribes, which include the Igbos, the Ibibio Efiks, the Ijaws, and the Ogojas. The modern-day states that make up Biafra from the eastern region and Midwest are Abia, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Enugu, Ebonyi, Imo, Delta, Rivers and Cross River, Igbanke in Edo State, and southern part of Benue State. The Biafran flag. The Biafran flag was created by the Biafran government and raised on May 30th, 1967. It consists of red, black, and green horizontal colors. At the middle of it, a golden sun rises over a golden bar. The sun has 11 rays, representing the 11 provinces of Biafra. The red Pan-African color on the Biafran flag represents the blood that unites all people of black African ancestry and shared for liberation. The black color represents the black people whose existence as a nation, though not a nation state, is affirmed by the existence of the flag. The green represents the abundant natural wealth of the region. The Biafran currency. The Republic of Biafra had a different currency from that of Nigeria. The Biafran pound, which went public on 28 January 1968. The Biafran government created the Bank of Biafra, accomplished under Decree number 30 of 1967. The bank was administered by a governor and 4 directors. The first governor who signed on banknotes was Sylvester Ugo. The currency of Biafra had been the Nigerian pound until the Bank of Biafra started printing out its own notes. The Biafran pound. It is estimated that a total of 115 to 140 million Biafran pounds were in circulation by the end of the war. The genesis of the war. The immediate cause of the Civil War may be identified as the coup and the encounter coup of 1966, which altered the political equation and destroyed the fragile trust existing among the major ethnic groups. Before the full-blown war, there was a military coup in 1966 carried out by Major Nzeogwu, which led to the death of Tafawa Balewa, among others. A counter coup led by Gowon, which led to the brutal murder of Aguiyi Ironsi, Fajuyi, among others, and a persecution of the Igbo people living in northern Nigeria, forcing them to return home. Even on their way home, many of them were killed in disturbing circumstances. There have been divided opinions on the 1966 coup, as some argue that corruption among the civilian ruling class pushed the military to organize the coup, which others opine that the control of oil production in the Niger Delta was also a major factor. In May 1967, the federal military government divided the country into 12 states from the original 4 regions, but the former Eastern region under Lieutenant Colonel Ojukwu saw the act of the creation of states by decree without consultation as the last straw and declared the region an independent state of Biafra. Consequently, the federal military government saw this act of secession as illegal. Several meetings were held to resolve the issue peacefully. Without success, to avoid disintegration of the country, the central government was left with no choice but to forcefully bring back the region to main fold. As soon as the war began, the federal military government of Nigeria, led by General Yakubu Gowon, surrounded the Biafra territory and captured the oil-rich coastal areas. The blockade imposed during the war led to severe famine, such that within the 2.5 years the war lasted, there were over 100 overall military casualties, while nearly 2 million civilians died from starvation, which was a deliberate policy adopted by Nigeria to bring the people on the Biafra side to their knees. Western powers were also involved in the war, with Britain and the then Soviet Union backing Nigeria, while France and a few other countries supported Biafra. The Biafra Civil War and its end. At the orders of the federal military government, the Nigerian federal troops marched in 2 divisions into Biafra. On the 6th of July 1967, Division 1, led by Colonel Showa, operated through the north of Biafra, while the 2nd Division advanced on Nsukka, which later fell on July 14th. On the 9th of July, the Biafran, led by Colonel Banjo, retaliated by marching into the Midwestern region of Nigeria across the Niger River, passing through Benin City, and later stopped at Ore on August 21st. The Biafran troops captured the Midwest easily because there was little repulsion from soldiers guarding the region. This infuriated Gowon, and he asked Colonel Mohammed Mutala to form another division to drive the Biafrans out of Midwest and attack Biafra as well. The Midwest region was recaptured by the Nigerian army on the 20th of September. Enugu was made the capital of Biafra, and later, when Enugu was captured in October 1967, Aba, Umuahia, and Owerri served successfully as the provisional capitals. Within a year, the Federal Capital Military captured the city of Port Harcourt and many other coastal oil facilities. The federal military government blocked all the routes for transporting food into the Republic of Biafra, which led to severe starvation. The federal military government saw this as a war strategy and a way to keep Nigeria united, while many other people around the world saw this as nothing but a genocide. The food flown in by foreign missionaries pilot was very little and could not solve the starvation Biafra was facing. Over 2 million Biafrans died of starvation. By the end of the year 1969, it was obvious that the war will soon come to an end. The federal military government launched its final operation, known as Operation Tailwind, on January 7, 1970. The operation was carried out by the 3rd Marine Commando Division and supported by the 1st and 2nd Infantry Division. Owerri was captured on the 9th of January, while Uli fell on the 11th of that same January. Aware of the hopelessness of the situation, the self-acclaimed Biafra head of state, Lieutenant Colonel Ojukwu, fled the Republic immediately with his family on the 10th of January 1970. The commander of the Biafran army, who was left with the administration of the Republic, later surrendered to the federal government on the 14th of January 1970, thus bringing the civil war and the bloodshed to an end. The war officially ended on the 15th of January 1970. The sudden end of the war in 1970 was a big relief to both sides, and the entire world was elated when General Yakubu Gowon said there was no victor, no vanquish. His government also introduced the popular 3 R's, which stood for reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. At the end of the civil war, the federal military government ordered that all Biafran currencies must be deposited into a bank account immediately, or they will become useless. After everyone complied with the directives, they again ordered that every former Biafran account holder will receive only the sum of £20, regardless of how much they had in their account. The most Biafran believed was an unjustified act of the civil war, as heads of household were forced to rebuild their financial holdings as well as support a typically large African family with only £20. This is Amazing Discoveries TV. Please like, subscribe, and comment to our channel. Thank you.